And now, the starters for the Smoke. At second base, number 2, Janae Jefferson. In right field, number 47, Morgan Howe. At DP, number 17, Jada Cody. At third base, number 4, Charlotte Eccles. In left field, number 77, Jasmine Hill. At first base, number 5, Elizabeth Mason. At shortstop, number 51, Maddie Grimm. At catcher, number 44, Michaela Timmons. At center field, number 0, Anne-Marie Bruni. And at pitcher, number 14, Jayla Wright. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your Florida Vibe lineup. Starting with the reserves, number 9, Sam Gress. Number 12, Emily Kirby Nagel. Number 14, Jordan Johnson. Number 36, Jordan Rudd Lee. Number 26, Grayson Radcliffe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your Vibe starters. In the center field, number 7, Carmen Greenwood. In the right field, number 15, Rachel Rowe. At first base, number 17, Taylor Pleasant. In the left field, number 23, Cara Caneto. At shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis. At third, number 33, Sarah Mosley. At catcher, number 20, Sierra Fraser. At second base, number 8, Hannah Adams. At DP, number 90, Emma Ritter. And last but not least, on the mound, number 11, Estelle Check. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand and remove your cover as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Game 3 between the Atlanta Smoke and the Florida Vibe as the Smoke looks to pull off the road sweep, a 20-1 5-inning victory in Game 1. A back-and-forth exciting 10-5 affair in Game 2, and now we'll see if the Vibe can salvage Game 3 or if the Smoke can go back to Atlanta with 3 victories here in sunny Florida. And we welcome you to SCF and the softball complex here in Bradenton, Florida. Glad that you're here. Gray Robertson in the booth. Tom Canterbury might stop in, say a few words. Who's to say? We're all glad that you're here. And now we'll give you the Smoke starting lineup just in case you missed it as the broadcast was getting underway. Leading off at second base is Janae Jefferson. Morgan Howe, the right fielder, bats second, with the DP Jada Cody hitting third. Charlotte Eccles back in the cleanup spot. She's played third base quite well here in this series. Jazz Hills up in the 5-hole tonight, the left fielder for the Smoke. Elizabeth Mason's over at first. She's batting sixth. Maddie Grimm, the shortstop's in the 7th spot, with Michaela Timmons, the catcher, batting 8th, and Anna Marie Bruni turning things over as a center fielder in the 9 spot. And they will take on the lefty graduate from the University of Texas, who was on the 2022 Women's College World Series All-Tournament Selection Team, Estelle Check. Check in Game 1 went an inning, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and a K. And you're going to see her really utilize that curveball. She'll mix speeds well, and she's got to do everything she can to help the Vibe get off to a good start. That's been an issue here in these 2 games. The Smoke putting up runs early and not giving the Vibe a chance to have a lead yet here this week. So Janae Jefferson will lead off, the 4-time All-American from Texas, who has been quite good here in this series.
Number 2, Janae Jefferson.
Give you her stats in just a moment. First pitch fouled away. Janae in the series is 5 for 8 with 3 RBIs, a homer, a double, a walk, and 4 runs scored. And of course, former teammates now facing off, Check and Janae Jefferson, both Longhorns. As always, I want to hear from you, especially you, Malloy family. You can tweet me at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Let me know where you're watching, how you're tuning in. We'll shout you out, read you on air, etc. If you're new here, you don't know that. If it's your first time, welcome. Again, that's at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. 2-2 to Jefferson. And she'll send that out to center field, and Janae Jefferson is out, which feels like a storyline in and of itself. 1 down, defense for the Vibe. Canetto's in left, Greenwood in center, Roop in right.
Next up at the plate, number 47, Morgan Howe.
Mosley at third, Solis at short, Adams at second, Pleasance at first, and Frazier getting the ball behind the plate, catching for Check. Now Morgan Howe, the former Arizona State All-American, who's got a couple homers this weekend. Howe in the series is 3 for 7 with 4 RBIs, those 2 bombs, a double, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and 4 runs. Smoke has put up 30 in the first 2 games. That one a little in the river. Partially submerged under the sea. I do have a sneaking suspicion that the zone tonight will be a little bit bigger than the one we saw last night, so probably fewer walks. High and tight, almost clipped Howe. And a swing and a miss. And I love the fire from Czech as Howe goes down. And she asked about the pitch too, just to be sure. 2 away.
Jada Cody.
Now here comes Jada Cody, who has been all kinds of big and bad here in this series. One of the best to ever do it for UCF is 6 for 7 in the series with 6 RBIs, 2 homers, a double, and 5 runs. That is good. Cody, the all-time doubles leader for UCF, was 3-time first-team All-AAC, part of that UCF squad that hosted a regional for the first time in program history. Mmm. 3-1. And that one might have clipped the edge, but that's ball 4, and a 2-out walk puts Cody, surprise, surprise, back on base and brings up Charlotte Eccles.
Next up in the batter's box, number 4, Charlotte Eccles.
The All-American from Florida has also been great in this series, 4 of 7 with 7 RBIs, 2 homers, 2 walks, and 4 runs. Eccles started her career at Michigan State and capped it off as one of the best third basemen in the entire country with Tim Walton. That's past Frazier, and suddenly Cody in scoring position. One out on Eccles. We've seen Charlotte turn on everything middle in here in this series. That's been what she's looked for. Got something a little elevated middle. I think she thought it was going to be a ball. 1-1. I'll be honest, again, I had this conversation last night. I know it's first inning, but first base is open. Walking Charlotte Eccles is not a crime. It's okay if you do it. Ooh, that's a beautiful pitch. Cut right in on the outer half. Nice curveball from Czech. I think you go back to that pitch. If you get the call, great. If it's fouled off, great. But something running away. That's the play, and it's popped up. Catch made. Side retired. So for the first time in this series, no runs for the Smoke in the first. And we go to the home half with the Vibe coming to the plate for the first time. We go to the bottom of the first here at SCF, and here's the starting lineup for the Florida Vibe, trying to win Game 3 here in this series. Carmen Greenwood, the center fielder, will lead off. Rachel Roop, the right fielder, bats second. Taylor Pleasance, first base in the 3 spot, with Kara Caneto, the left fielder, cleaning up. Interesting that she's bounced kind of all around the lineup here this weekend. Jillian Solis, the shortstop, bats 5th. Sarah Mosley is hitting 6th and playing 3rd. Sierra Frazier, who's had a really good series, getting the start, catcher, batting 7th. Hannah Adams is in the 8th spot. She's the second baseman. Emma Ritter is turning it over in the 9 hole. She's the DP, and they're all doing that against Jayla Wright. 5 innings last night, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks and a K, the All-American from Duke. Righty, who's going to keep it low in the zone, low and slow, 76% of the time, at least her senior year at Duke. It was that drop change combo. She'll bring in a curve every now and then, but for the most part, it's low in the zone, and she really cooked the Vibe, especially the first time through the order. They just could not get her ball in the air. It's a little low to Greenwood to start. 1-0 on the All-American from Louisville. Carmen Greenwood is 2 for 6 with a walk, 2 Ks, and a run here this weekend. Two and 0. That's a strike, 2-1. So an early full count for Jayla Wright here on this beautiful evening in Bradenton. 3rd game of the series. This is the first chance, literally the first chance for the Vibe to set the tone in any of the games this weekend. They've trailed going to the bottom of the first each time, and Greenwood was a little worried there that she'd struck out looking, but she'll head to first on the walk. Defense for the Smoke. Jazz Hill in left, Bruni in center, Howe in right, Eccles at 3rd, Grimm at short, Jefferson at 2nd, Mason at 1st, Timmons behind the plate.
Number 15, Rachel Roop.
Liberty Flame, Rachel Roop, the All-American, has a home run here in this series. Working away, I think. Checking on Greenwood, 1-0. Roop 2 for 6, 3 RBIs, that home run, a strikeout, and a run scored. And already I just saw Billy Kerwood move to the bullpen. Roop to left, that's down. Well, well, well. Back-to-back base runners for the Vibe here in the first. Time called by Timmons to go have a word with Wright as Taylor Pleasance steps in. One of the great shortstops for LSU has Team USA experience. Spent this past year on staff at LSU. I'm not 100% sure if she's doing it again this year. If she is, she's probably had a good day because the Tigers and Beth Torina picked up Louisville freshman All-American Charla Renz out of the portal about 20 minutes ago.
Box, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
If the Torinas are watching, hi Nick. Hope all is well. Thank you for the boudin egg rolls. Pleasance last night was 0 for 3 with a walk in her first appearance in the series. Bunt laid down, that hit her, and I think she was out of the box. Yeah, she's out. That's a tough beat. Both runners have to go back, and that's out number 1. It was a good bunt, but Pleasance didn't get out of the way.
Next up, the left fielder, number 23, Cara Panetto.
Cara Panetto, 3 for 6 with a run here this weekend. Or, well, weekend, it's Wednesday. This week. Over to first. Mason will get the out at the bag. 2 gone. This would be really not what you want if you're the Vibe. After 2 on, nobody out, you've got to find a way to get something across.
Next up at the plate, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis, Washington Husky, who's 1 for 5 with an RBI and a walk, or I beg your pardon, and a strikeout. Wind is blowing out here at SCF, and she could not help herself. 0-1. Timmons might have just saved a run. It's amazing, though, how lack of execution can just totally change the tenor of an inning. Pleasance had a good bunt, but it hit her, and that just totally zapped the energy out of the bottom of the first. I'm going to check Twitter ahead of the 1-2. Keep tweeting in, people, at Gray_Robertson. I did get a Facebook message last night at like 11 after I'd left. More people watching for Coco Woolley, which I appreciate. Hello, Woolley fans. Oh, wow. That got into the Smoke dugout and hit somebody. I think everyone's fine. Got her. How about that from Jayla Wright? 2 on, nobody out to a clean inning, and we head to the second, still scoreless.
off the top of the second for the Smoke. Number 77, Jasmine Hill.
We go to the second. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Smoke. Hill, Mason, and Grimm against Estelle Czech. And I'm pleased to be spending a moment. This is going to be really hard, keeping score and keeping a book, with my radio partner on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, Tom Canterbury. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Gray.
We know all these people.
Yes, happy to be back here with the Vibe once more.
That's a strike. 0-2.
You want me to hold the mic?
Yeah,
so
you know
can
what?
do
You
your
hold
thing?
the mic.
Right.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay. Like we're back in the Troy press box.
I mean, basically, we are going full shallow. 0-2 to Hill, the former Texas Aggie, by way of Arizona State. 1-2.
Somewhere Nathan Sheen is laughing.
I'm sure.
About that one.
He's definitely watching.
Uh-huh. You mentioned earlier the Wooly fans were
Yeah,
contacting you.
I know what you're about to say. Called strike 3. Nasty movement from Czech. 1 down.
I'm just gonna say, as the Alabama radio guys, I'm excited that her collegiate career has come to a close.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they're in love with the Cocoa.
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
But just glad that she's done at Texas A&M.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations on a great career.
Yes, you crushed us all. Elizabeth Mason, speaking of crushing Alabama, will crush this out towards center field, but not deep enough to do what she did in the World Series. 2 down.
Thanks for that.
Well, the Smoke are like, y'all are going to talk for 3 minutes,
Right.
and that'll be it. It is always funny, though, Tom, how whenever we do these pro games, we get to kind of refresh the memory, bring back the notes, talk about some of the things that we remember from times with players on both sides, as Maddie Grimm is going to end the inning with a ground out, and we'll just talk through the inning. Who cares?
I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Good job by Czech, who I don't think Alabama ever faced, maybe. We go to the bottom of the second.
When was she done at Texas? Is that 23 or 22? Trying to remember when Alabama went out to Austin, if she would have still been on that team or not.
I think 23 was her final year.
Okay, we might
Probably should have put that in the notes. I
might
have
have
everything
seen it.
else.
Okay, well, my apologies. But yeah, that was a really good inning there for the Vibe to sit down what has been, like you've been talking about, just a explosive offense for this Atlanta Smoke team.
Yeah, and not just talking about it on the air, but also when I come back to the condo
Right.
after the games. We've shared some laughs and thoughts. It's been a good summer so far.
It has.
We've been doing FGCL stuff, and Tom, I don't know, the people want to check out FGCL action, they probably need to check your Twitter, yeah?
They should, yeah. I post a link every day at T Canterbury RTR on the Twitter to get those games streamed. Had a real fun one just a little while ago as the Queens remained undefeated with a extra inning win over one of the other undefeated teams in the league, the Manatee Squeeze.
Wow, they slayed, huh?
They did.
Mm.
So now, tomorrow, the Queens will take on the other undefeated team, the Aquanauts.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And I'm missing it?
Mm.
This is my fault. Actually, it's,
Yeah.
well, I can't even, I don't want to say
Sure.
it. I don't want to
Okay.
spoil the surprise.
Well, there you go. But yeah, it's been a fun first week so far, and we're continuing with triple headers every day, starting at 9:30.
And I know you adore triple headers.
They're my favorite.
Bottom of the second. All right, let's talk about some of the players.
Okay.
Sarah Mosley.
Oh, Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, 6-hitter, 6, 7, 8. Mosley, Frazier, and Adams. And Sarah Mosley, 2 for 6 with a couple RBIs, a homer, and a run here in the series. Sarah Mosley, we talked about it a lot on the pod, Tom. Just as great as she was in her Georgia career, it never felt like she got the hype that she deserved.
Yeah, was always one of the top players, not just at Georgia, but in the SEC.
Yeah.
Kind of like we talked about this year at Florida.
Reagan Walsh.
With Reagan Walsh.
Yeah.
Being an All-American that no one ever talked about.
Yeah, just kind of hidden in like the 5 spot in
Right.
the lineup. That's outside 1 and 2.
It's also been a great week for me because I get to meet Jade Cargill.
Oh, you want
Yes.
to talk about it? She might be watching.
That's possible.
Or I don't know. Is there a WWE thing on Wednesdays?
Not usually.
Okay.
Yeah, the storm was coming and came here with the smoke.
Okay. I think she went. Yes. Oh, other side. No.
See, we only have 2 umpires at the FGCL.
Everyone went, huh?
Oh.
It's like watching tennis. Like the penultimate scene in Challengers. So a 2-2. Mosley might have gotten away with one there. That's an easy hold, full count.
But Jade, of course, one of the owners of the Atlanta Smoke, got a picture, and I sent it to my daughter, who's also a huge wrestling fan. And her response, in all capital letters, "What?" with the exclamation point and the question marks. It's rare I get one.
Mosley will strike out. Throw down will finish the process. One away. You know, and if Jade Cargill is watching, I just want you to know that the fact that I recognized you should say a lot, because I know
Absolutely.
nothing about
Next up
the
at
WWE
plate,
at all.
The catcher, number 20, Sierra Frazier.
I got the text that Jade was here. 5 minutes later, I was also here.
That's correct. Sierra Frazier, the UAB Blazer. 2 for 3 with a double in the series, making her first start back. Was a pinch hitter yesterday, a little surprised, and now back in the starting lineup here tonight. And Frazier sends it to center, and it'll hop off, but lead to no error. I thought for a moment that maybe Bruni had gotten ahead of her skis, but instead just a casual one-out single for Sierra Frazier.
Next up at the plate, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
You know, we talk about it so much on the radio, Tom, from the hitter's perspective. When you're facing a drop ball pitcher, you just gotta wait, take, make her bring it up, and then that's when you get through it.
Yeah.
Hannah Adams, first pitch ball, little low. That was a good pitch, 1-0.
Either do that or get up as far as you can in the batter's box and try to get it before it drops.
Right.
Those are your 2 options.
Yes, that's pretty much it. I'm sure there's some hitting person out there like, no, there's a third.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I'm
but
sure, yeah. Probably there are 80 ways to do something. That's past Timmons. FGCL royalty, Michaela Timmons.
She did not wave back at you.
No, she didn't. I mean, she's playing, but I did wave at her. If you like banter like this, listen to the
Yes.
Out of the Box podcast.
At @outofthebox_pod.
Thank you,
Always
Tom.
available to you.
We got to have a show soon because, as you know, they chat. The world of softball, there's a lot going on. We've been here with the pro leagues and FGCL, AUSL rocking and rolling, and the portal is just out the wazoo right now.
It is. The portal, just, there is no off season anymore.
No.
It is now portal season, and we'll definitely, once all the smoke clears, have to do a recap of the portal podcast for sure.
Well, that might have been an incidental pun because Smoke trying to get clear through this second inning, but a 3-0 count on Adams. I mean, no pun we do is incidental.
No, that's
but
correct.
Actually, keep a chart at home. A 4-pitch walk. So the Florida Gator heads to first, and this feels like a chance for the Vibe. Are you thinking about bunning Ritter here? Move the runners and give Greenwood as your leadoff a shot?
Number 9, Emma Ritter.
I think you think about it, but with there being one out already,
Yeah.
I think you let Ritter just swing away.
She's 1 for 5 with a K. 2-time All-American from Virginia Tech. She's hitting, and she swings and misses. Tried to hold up. 0-1. And the other thing, too, I mean, Charlotte Eccles is over there. It's
Yeah.
like good luck.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to fool her on anything.
Very cool to look over at the Vibe dugout and see Dr. Dot, the head coach.
Hey, got 2 games away from the Women's College World Series this year.
Mm-hmm.
Her bio is probably the most interesting in the sport. In sports.
Yes.
She's like a certified, like we call her Dr. Dot because she's literally a doctor.
Yes.
0-2, Ritter will bloop that to first. It's dropped by Mason. Do we have a double play? Indeed we do. Well, that was an accident. Probably should have been an infield fly, but it all works out and the inning ends for the Smoke.
Yeah, it works out for the Smoke. Doesn't work out for the Vibe. I just don't think the ball got high enough to get the infield fly there. I don't think she dropped it on purpose, but it worked out well.
Well, I don't know. What do you want? Are you leaving? You going to eat?
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
So.
Bye, Tom.
Tom's Hungry, available at @outofthebox_pod.
@outofthebox_pod. Thank you for joining me, partner.
Thanks, Ray.
We go to the third, 0-0. Unbelievably, after all the runs in this series, we'll see if the Smoke can break the tie when we come back.
Of the Florida Vibe.
Timmons' first pitch popped up. Adams will range over and make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Many thanks to Tom, who will be doing the Vibe games the rest of the week because I will be out of town for reasons that I don't want to say on a recorded area lest someone find out about the surprise. So we go now to the 9-hole Anna Marie Bruni, USF Bull, who this week is 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. Trying to set up Jefferson, who waits on deck. A lot of credit to Estelle Check. So far, she's been really effective. First time through the order, she's kept the ball down. She's mixed speeds. We also did get a tweet during the Gray and Tom Madness from me X3 again. Back again today, rooting for the Smoke and Coco Woolley. Laporte's honorary Juneteenth Grand Marshal. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Good for Coco. We are in love with the Coco. Thanks for tweeting in, me X3. Slap foul. Smacked to short and handled by Solis for out number 2.
Back at the top of the order with number 2, Janae Jefferson.
So, first time through, just one base runner for the Smoke. Back to the top with Jefferson, who flew out to center in the first. If anyone knows, it's probably checked. That's one that Pleasance would say she should have gloved. I'll give it a hit, but tough one for Pleasance. 2-out single for Jefferson. And
Next up in the batter's box, number 47, Morgan Howe.
That being said, if all you're giving up to Janae is a single, there are worse things in the world. Morgan Howe fouls off the first pitch. Howe struck out in the first. Quickly 0-2. Howe back up the middle. Just snuck it right by Estelle Check. And back-to-back 2-out hits for the Smoke. And look out, here comes Jada Cody.
Next up, number 17, Jada Cody.
And on an 0-2 pitch, that's just too sweet. You cannot, it's 0-2. I mean, you can't leave it over the plate at all. Cody walked. She has been retired one time here in this series. Maybe twice. Out to center. Greenwood's there, and that is a gigantic third out from Estelle Check. If that doesn't give the Vibe momentum, I'm not sure what can. Great job by Check getting out of it. And we go to the bottom of the third, still tied up a 0. The Vibe will try and start something here in the bottom of the third inning. And they'll have a top of the order to do it. But we have a change first and foremost. Silent Rain Espinoza has checked in to play first base and hit in the 5 spot. Morgan Howe has moved to left field. Elizabeth Mason has switched out to right field. And they're filling everybody in as Dr. Dot checks the notes.
Stepping up for the Florida Vibe, the center fielder, number 7, Carmen Greenwood.
No change in the circle, still Jayla Wright. She walked Carmen Greenwood back in the first. Bunted, and it's a foul ball. Over to first base. Ball finds the new girl, and Espinoza has the out.
Next up, the right fielder, number 15, Rachel Roop.
Rachel Roop singled her first time up. '25 Conference USA Player of the Year. Easy take on ball 1. Didn't get the call. 2-0. It was a good pitch by Wright. That one just disappeared. 2-1. Ball 4. So that's the third walk surrendered by Jayla Wright.
Next up, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
Set up for Pleasance, who really didn't get much of a chance her first time up. Laid down a beautiful bunt, but it hit her as she was running out of the box. Have to assume this time she's hitting away. Another one. Right now, Wright just a little off on her timing. 3-0. That'll clip Pleasance. Would have been ball 4 anyway. 2 straight free passes. And the Vibe, again, base runners, they just have to take advantage at some point. We'll see if they can after this quick visit to the circle. Caracaneto, 2 on, 1 out. Ground out in the first. That's a first pitch strike. Good on right to reel it back in. 0-1 on the former Liberty Flame, Caneto. Entered the game hitting .500 in the series. She's able to get a hit here. Kind of like the chances for the Vibe to score a run. Just a little out. That one was, I think, a strike. But it's 1-1. Over to first, Espinoza. There's one, the double play. Oh no, they'll say Pleasance is safe. Oh boy, Caneto's coming back. Kind of grimacing, I think, with like a, are we sure? We do not have the FGCL replay system, so the umps will talk about it. I really thought in real time she was out unless there was some crazy swim move at second that I missed from Pleasance. She was definitely toast. The throw certainly beat her there. Safe. Wow. Must have been a really athletic play by Pleasance. That's the only thing I can figure, or just a missed tag. I think that's what Maddie Grimm is trying to figure out over at short.
Up at the plate, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis struck out in the first. That was a moment where there were 2 in scoring position with 2 outs, and here we are again. Third straight inning, the Vibe has had 2 base runners. And I got to find a way to convert. Fouled off the foot, 1 and 2. Solis out towards center field. This has got some juice, and it's gone! She learned her lesson. This time with 2 on, Jillian Solis sends it out, and the Vibe strikes first with a 3-run shot.
Home run, Florida Vibe! Jillian Solis!
Excellent 2-strike hitting from Solis. And for the first time in the series, the Vibe has a lead.
Stepping into the batter's box at third baseman, number 33, Sarah Mosley.
What a big-time hit by Jillian Solis, and it burns right for those free passes earlier in the inning. Now Sarah Mosley, who struck out earlier, she'll hit it towards short. Grimm's got it, and that'll end the inning. Gotta wonder if the Smoke is still thinking a little bit about that controversial call at second. If that was a double play, no chance at the 3-run homer. But Pleasance was safe, and then Jillian Solis sent it out of the yard to give the Vibe a 3-zip advantage off to the 4th here at SCF. All right, let's find out what the Smoke has. Down 3-0. Estelle Check has shown us a lot tonight. She's been great through 3.
First at bat, number 4, Charlotte Eccles.
Espinoza Mason, 4-5-6. And strike 1 to Charlotte Eccles, who popped out in the first inning. Eccles, high chopper to her former Florida teammate, and Hannah Adams makes the play for the first out.
Next up at the plate, number 21, Silent Rain Espinoza.
Silent Rain Espinoza's first AB of the game. 2 for 6 with a strikeout and a run scored here in the series for the former Washington Husky. 0-1. Foul. A little too much juice on the curve. Full count. Espinoza to left, and that'll be caught. Well hit on a rope towards Caneto. 2 away.
Up next at the plate, number 5, Elizabeth Mason.
Now Elizabeth Mason, fly out to center in the second. Time called by Frazier. And I think maybe an issue with the pitch comms, I believe. Got to make sure everything's on. Have to make sure everything is charged as well. As someone whose phone has been constantly dying in the Florida heat, I feel that. I do not have a CoachCom charger on me, but maybe it's a USB-C. Who's to say? Looks like we're all set. And now here's Mason. Jack looking for a second 1-2-3 inning of the game. Popped up. Caneto will settle underneath it, and there is another clean inning for Estelle Check. Great job through the first 4, and the Vibe will look to add to the lead when we come back. Bottom of the order. Due up for the Vibe here in the bottom of the 4th. Frazier, Adams, and Ritter against Wright.
Number 20, Sierra Frazier.
Still kind of a sticky day. It's been not as windy as the first 2 days this week. Frazier doesn't need any help from the wind. That was a line shot, but right to left for the first out. Man, Sierra Frazier is seeing it well. I am pro, move her up in the lineup. That's my position.
Next up, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
Adams walked in the second. Jayla Wright, 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walks have been a bit of an issue. She's walked 3 and hit 1. A couple strikeouts as well. And it just seems like the Vibe plan has been a little bit more solidified today. Seeing Wright a second time, they kind of know what they're looking for now. They're laying off the drop a lot. Could not ask for 3 better days to play softball here in Bradenton. Just beautiful evenings, even when the heat is occasionally heating. 4-pitch walk, and Adams will head to first.
Up at the plate, number 90, Emma Ritter.
Ritter hit into a double play in the second. Kind of a weird pop-up fielder's choice double play situation. Very curious what the plan is for the Smoke. Do you go back to Peace? Kerwood was warming up earlier, but she's kind of been the one pitcher that the Vibe has really seen well. Had 6 hits off of her last night in an inning of work. Ritter chases downstairs, 1-1. Ritter on the ground to third. Eccles, there's 1. The throw to first won't be in time. Ritter too quick, but fielder's choice will retire Adams.
Back at the top of the order with the center fielder, number 7, Carmen Greenwood.
Greenwood is 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Wonder if you'll see Ritter take off and try and test the arm of Timmons. Greenwood out to center. And Bruni's there. A couple steps in front of the fence for out number 3. So the walk does no harm. And we go to the 5th. The Smoke looking to conjure up something, and they will have the bottom of the order due up. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Smoke here in the 5th. Grimm, Timmons, Bruni. Maddie Grimm grounded out in the 2nd on the first pitch she saw back when Tom was here. Shout out to Tom. Maddie Grimm, one of the best to ever do it at Kent State, and she'll hit that to one of the best second basemen ever at Florida for a second straight 4-3 putout.
Next up on the plate, number 44.
Timmons popped out in the 3rd. Her resume is bountiful. We didn't even really get to talk about it. Ball State recent graduate. MAC overall player and defensive player of the year this past season. In 2025, she hit .434 with 54 RBIs and 16 home runs, a 615 OBP. Because if she wasn't hitting bombs, she was getting walked, since every team was like, well, let's not let her beat us. Caught it! 3rd by Mosley. A shot off the bat of Timmons, but there's 2 down.
Next up at the plate, number 0, Henri Bruni.
Anna Marie Bruni will lay down a just beautiful bunt. Nothing you can do. There wasn't even coverage at first base. And Bruni reaches with the small ball to turn things over to Janae Jefferson. One for 2 day for Janae. Fly out in a single.
Next up, number 2, Janae Jefferson.
Two and 0. Check has done such a great job keeping the Smoke off balance. No real back-to-backs. There were the 2 singles in the 3rd. That's about it. But this is going to be the hard one. Ball 4. So Jefferson will head to first. Time called by Frazier. And up comes former FGCL head coach and Arizona State Sun Devil and longtime softballer, pretty much all over the place, Morgan Howe. Strikeout in a single. That single was on an 0-2 pitch in the 3rd, back up the middle.
Next up, number 47, Morgan Howe.
And considering who's on deck, I know she's already flown out once, but this is the out that Check has to get. Back to the circle. There's Check. And that is how you do it. PFP to end the inning. 2 left stranded by the Smoke. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-0 Vibe. Well, the Vibe will look to keep adding to it, 3-0. And a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Smoke. Billy Kerwood in the circle now, the reigning CAA Pitcher of the Year from Delaware. So it is Kerwood who's in relief. She went 1 inning last night, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, no strikeouts. And missing the zone early against Rachel Roop. 2-3-4 due up. Kerwood is going to bring it low 60s. Throws their change a good bit, about a third of the time. 53 miles per hour or so. And never easy to start with Rachel Roop, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. And there's ball 4 to Roop. So her second free pass of the day. And a meeting now in the circle with Kerwood. As we tell you about Jayla Wright. 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 4 walks and 2 Ks. The one mistake to Julian Solis, the difference right now.
Next up, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
Taylor Pleasance, 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. She'll take strike 1. That's another one. 0-2. Striped out to right, just past the diving Espinoza. And that is a back-to-back base runner situation for the Vibe yet again. They've gotten 2 runners on in every inning but the 4th. And this is an obvious bunt moment for Kara Caneto.
Next up, the left fielder, number 23, Kara Caneto.
She's 0 for 2. Just have to assume she's laying it down. Let's see. Nope. Wow. She's taking. I mean, you've got Solis, who's the home run hitter, on deck. There's the out, and honestly as good as a bunt. That's the 3rd time Caneto has grounded out to first base unassisted. Both runners move up, 1 down.
Up next, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis, a strikeout in that 3-run shot that right now is the biggest difference in the game. Just missed. 1-1. Solis off the glove of Jefferson at second base. Wow. Normally anything hit towards Janae Jefferson is soaked right up, but Solis will bring in a run. And they're on the corners, 4-0 Vibe.
Next up, the third baseman, number 33, Sarah Mosley.
Now it looks like Dot Richardson is going to come out and have a word. I think they're going to run for Pleasance. It'll be Grayson Radcliffe, who just got to town late last night. Assistant coach at NC State, played her college ball at Indiana, and had camps, was doing the coach thing and not getting a chance to come in and pinch run.
Got it, 26-17.
Sarah Mosley at the plate, Radcliffe at third. Solis has driven in all 4 runs for the Vibe. Mosley 0 for 2. And we got to reminisce, Sarah Mosley and I, about last summer when I bought her a Dr. Pepper in the University of Chattanooga dorms. Went to a 7-Eleven because the vending machine ate our dollars. That's how we met. What a time. Mosley was playing with the Steam last year. Now down here in Florida. (2-0) is foul. Held off. 3-1. Ball 4. And they are all loaded up for Sierra Frazier. And if this is the moment for the Vibe, I mean, this is the game-ending run right here. The run rule run is coming to the plate, and it's a player who's seen the ball maybe the best of anyone all weekend combined. She's 1 for 2 in this game with a single and a flyout. Everything she has put in play has been hit hard. And Kerwood will try and keep the Atlanta Smoke in this ball game.
Stepping into the batter's box, number 20, Sierra Frazier.
Sierra Frazier. First pitch, just foul. 0-1. Bases loaded. Run will run. Standing at the plate. See him right there. Mosley at first. Solis at second. Radcliffe, the pinch runner, at third base. That pitch is just not competitive enough from Kerwood. Falling too quickly. Popped up. And the infield fly is called. The catch is made anyway. And that is a big missed chance for the Vibe. 2 down. I think Frazier had designs on wrapping it up right
Next
there.
up, the second baseman, number 8, Hannah Adams.
Adams has walked twice. Ball 1. Because you have a chance to end it here. If you don't, and you just leave them loaded, I don't know. I mean, it feels like it would be a chance for the Vibe to truly get some momentum back. Radcliffe will slide in after the wild pitch. And there goes that thought. That was a really much closer play than it probably should have been. 5-0 Vibe. Timmons made a great effort, and Radcliffe used her speed to come in and score. And an even better choice now by Dr. Dot Richardson to make that pinch running decision. And now a 3-0 count on Adams. Looks like a pinch hitter is waiting on deck. Jordan Rudd-Lee. They're loaded again. The game-ending run is at first base. It's Hannah Adams. And the Northwestern Gold Glove winner, Jordan Rudd-Lee, will come in and pinch hit. Britter was 0 for 2. Rudd-Lee this weekend,
Up at the
1 for
mound,
4.
number 36, Jordan Rudd-Lee.
Double, walk, run scored. The run rule run stands on first. Billy Kerwood trying to push this game to a 6th. Over to Eccles at third. The throw to first is in time, and all things considered, pretty good job by Kerwood limiting the damage. The Vibe had a chance to close it out, but we play on to the 6th. 5-0. Smoke will have the heart of their order coming up. Strike one to Jada Cody, 3-4-5. And quickly 0-2. Estelle Check through 5 innings. No runs up, just 3 hits allowed. Has limited the free passes as well. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts as well. Cody 0 for 1. She reached. Pleasance, who's back in, makes the catch in foul ground. And Check has had Cody's number 1 down.
Next up at the plate, number 4, Charlotte Eccles.
Eccles is 0 for 2. Really, you have Cody and Eccles, who were such menaces all week. It's Wednesday. They're a combined 0 for 4 and have reached once. That's a credit to Check in the way she's been able to move that curveball all the way around, mix speeds every now and then, just kept them off balance. On the ground to second, there's Adams again. 0 for 3 for Charlotte Eccles.
Next up, number 21, Silent Rain Espinosa.
Silent Rain Espinosa flew out to left. It was a good at-bat. Worked the count. It was a 3-2 liner caught by Caneto. Let's see what happens second time up against Check. Three and 0. Yet another full count in the battle between Silent Rain and Estelle. Missed. Ball 4. So the 2-out free pass brings up Mason. She's 0 for 2 with a couple flyouts. Over to third, caught on the hop by Mosley. Learn to speak, Gray. That's the end of the inning. And a runner left stranded by the Smoke. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and the Vibe will look for the insurance they surely want. 5-0 Florida as we head to the home half here at SCF.
number 7, Carmen.
Top of the order for the Vibe here in the 6th. Greenwood, Roop, and Pleasance. And Carmen Greenwood sneaks it past Jefferson. Lateral movement trying to get there to make the stop, but Carmen Greenwood's on. That'll be a hit. 1 for 3 night for her.
Next up, the right fielder, number 15, Rachel Roop.
Rachel Roop has probably been the most effective batter outside of Hannah Adams tonight. She's reached 3 times. Now, Solis has driven in 4 of the 5 runs, but Roop has been able to set the table. And now 2-0. Couple walks, couple runs, and a single as well. Roop out towards center field. There was a stumble. It doesn't matter. That's gone. Well, add to the effectiveness. Rachel Roop has her 2nd home run of the series. 2-run jack, and it's 7-0 Vibe. Man, Rachel Roop showing why she was such a highly sought commodity coming out of Liberty. And now the game-ending run stands at the plate. Vibe trying to win this in run rule fashion.
Stepping into the batter's box, the first baseman, number 17, Taylor Pleasance.
Pleasance is 1 for 2, ground out on that bunt. Officially scored a G2U, ground out to the catcher unassisted. Hit by pitch and a single last time up. Yeah, Bruni stumbled initially, and I thought that might impact things. It did not. Went straight out to center. Held off. Smoke, won game 1, 20-1. Game 2, a 10-5 win for Atlanta. But now the Vibe, just a run away from ending this in 6. So it's kind of hard to know really what to make of this 3-game series. Both teams have had a dominant game. The game in between was more even, but the Smoke has really moved the lineup around a good bit as well, and Pleasance will draw the walk. A little surprised we haven't seen Kiki Malloy tonight. I think she's here.
Next up, the left fielder, number 23, Carr Cannon.
So Canetto, who has grounded out to first base all 3 times, will try and move Pleasance with nobody out. As we cross the 2-hour threshold on the broadcast. Had a little bit of a delay waiting on umpires. They're very busy, so it's fine. One of them was home plate ump for a game in the FGCL that ended at, I believe, 5:40. So getting started at 6:15, 6:20, not all that bad, all things considered. Caneto sends this in the air to left. Long run for Howe, but she's there.
Next up, the shortstop, number 10, Jillian Solis.
Solis is 2 for 3. 4 RBIs, 3-run homer in the third, RBI single in the fifth, and a strikeout earlier. She'll take ball 1. To Solis. Called strike. Two. Nice pitch from Kerwood, just missed, full count. Over to first, Espinoza will throw to second for 1. The throw to first won't be in time. So Pleasant's gone. Solis at first. Here's Sarah Mosley.
Number 33, Sarah Mosley.
It's been a quiet game for Mosley, 0 for 2 with a walk. But that's a loud shot out to center that's caught by Bruni. And the game-ending run is stranded on base. You've given the Smoke a chance, but it is quite the margin. 7-0 Vibe. Say look for the final 3 outs to salvage Game 3 of this series here at SCF. Last chance for the Smoke, and the first pitch by Elizabeth Mason is Nope, check that. Matty Grimm has popped up. Bottom of the order, Grimm, Timmons, and Bruni. And Timmons, who crushed the ball her last time up. Faces check and takes ball one. Pop out and a line out. That line out was Cy smoked right to Mosley at third base. And this will have eyes right past a diving Solis. We got a face full of dirt going after that one. And a hit for Timmons. Are they going to run for Timmons? I believe so. It'll be Coco Woolley. So, Coco fans, rejoice. She is coming in to run at first base, and options abound. She's got speed for days. She's caused chaos all throughout this series. Anna Marie Bruni, 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out.
Up at the plate, number 0, Anna Marie Bruni.
Slap foul. Next up for the Vibe, it'll be the New York Rise on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So a very busy week. Quickly 0-2. Got her. Strikeout number 3 for Estelle Check. And the Smoke will go back to the top of the order, down to their final out.
Up next, number 2, Janae Jefferson.
Jefferson is 1 for 2 with a walk. Two and oh. Oh boy, 3-1. Jefferson, another base hit in this series. Roop was coming up throwing. Woolley held on. 2 on. Still got a ways to go before the tying run gets to the
Next
plate.
Up, number 47, Morgan Howe.
Morgan Howe is 1 for 3. Strikeout, single, ground out. One and two. Check a strikeout, or I should say a strike away. Smoke looking to really string something together. Howe will stay alive. Back to check. Over to first. Ball game. A complete game shutout for Estelle Check in the circle. And the Vibe wins game 3, 7-0 over the Smoke. Impressive stuff from Check in the circle, shutting out that offense. Really hard to do. The offense for the Vibe was really good as well. Jillian Solis drove in 4. Had a 2-run homer from Rachel Roop, and you just kind of got it from everybody. Base runners galore. They had traffic all night long. Much, much better game for the Florida Vibe and a great way to finish. If you're only going to win one in a series, you better make sure it's the last one so you have something good to work on or good to base your feelings on moving ahead and going into that series Thursday, Friday, Saturday against the New York Rise. I'm tired and I'm hungry, so I'm going to head out of here, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in all 3 games here in this series between the Smoke and the Vibe. For everybody from the Vibe and at SCF, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long as the Vibe wins it 7-0 over the Smoke to wrap up this series. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next time.